Stay hungry. Stay foolish. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Think different. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. Focusing is about saying no. Innovation is the only way to win. The journey is the reward. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Why join the Navy if you can be a pirate? Let's go invent tomorrow instead of worrying about what happened yesterday. Deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do. Creativity is just connecting things. Follow your heart and your intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. If you live each day as it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right. Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Details matter. It's worth waiting to get it right. You have to be burning with an idea, or a problem, or a wrong that you want to right. If you're not passionate enough from the start, you'll never stick it out. A lot of times, people don't know what they want until you show it to them. Learn continually. There's always one more thing to learn. Real artistship. Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we've done something wonderful, that's what matters to me. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And, like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. To go forward you have to leave something behind. Be a yardstick of quality. Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected. Never settle for average. Things don't have to change the world to be important. My job is not to be easy on people. My job is to take these great people we have and to push them and make them even better. Innovation is not about saying yes to everything. It's about saying no to all but the most crucial features. Innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. It doesn't make sense to hire smart people and tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. What we are doing here is going to send a giant ripple through the universe. That's been one of my mantras. Focus and simplicity. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. But it's worth it in the end because once you get there, you can move mountains. If you don't have a passion, you'll give up. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. I've been rejected, but I am still in love. Start small, think big. Don't worry about too many things at once. Take a handful of simple things to begin with, and then progress to more complex ones. Think about not just tomorrow, but the future. Put a ding in the universe. I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance. Management is about persuading people to do things they do not want to do, while leadership is about inspiring people to do things they never thought they could. Each dream you leave behind is a part of your future that will no longer exist. A brand is simply trust. Everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you, and you can change it, you can influence it, you can build your own things that other people can use. You've got to find what you love. Whatever you do, you must never let the voice in your head control the brain in your heart. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again. Do your best at every job. Don't sleep. Success generates more success, so be hungry for it. Hire good people with a passion for excellence. Everybody in this country should learn how to program a computer, because it teaches you how to think. Listen to me. We're here to make a dent in the universe. Otherwise, why even be here? We don't settle for anything less than excellence. You've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. You can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to sell it. My favorite things in life don't cost any money. It's really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time. Get closer than ever to your customers. So close that you tell them what they need well before they realize it themselves. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. Click. Boom. Amazing. Great art stretches the taste, it doesn't follow tastes. We're not going to be the first to this party, but we're going to be the best. Life can be much broader. You can embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. Your customers dream of a happier and better life. Don't move products. Instead, enrich lives. Manage the top line, your strategy, your people, and your products, and the bottom line will follow. The customer is the final inspector. Great things in business are never done by one person, they're done by a team of people. We're here to make a dent in the universe. Otherwise, why even be here? We're creating a completely new consciousness, like an artist or a poet. That's how you have to think of this. We're rewriting the history of human thought with what we're doing. You can't just ask customers what they want and then try to give that to them. By the time you get it built, they'll want something new. I think the biggest innovations of the 21st century will be at the intersection of biology and technology. A new era is beginning. And we've all chosen to do this with our lives. So it better be damn good. It better be worth it. Don't be evil as a load of crap. I would rather gamble on our vision than make a me too product. The most important thing is a person. A person who incites your curiosity and feeds your curiosity, and machines cannot do that in the same way that people can. I end up not buying a lot of things, because I find them ridiculous. I'm not dismissing the value of higher education, I'm simply saying it comes at the expense of experience. Many companies forget what it means to make great products. After initial success, sales and marketing people take over and the product people eventually make their way out. You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards. I know that living with me was not a bowl of cherries. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. Companies must have a noble cause, and it's the leader's job to transform that noble cause into such an inspiring vision, that it will attract the most talented people in the world to want to join it. People need to have the incentive that if they invest and succeed, they can make a fair profit. Otherwise they'll stop investing. The system is that there is no system. That doesn't mean we don't have process. Apple is a very disciplined company, and we have great processes. But that's not what it's about. Process makes you more efficient. The lunatics have taken over the asylum and we can do anything we want. You need to have a collaborative hiring process. Make it like a sunflower. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Steve Jobs turned this into the slogan behind an early Mac advertising campaign. Which doesn't make it less true. A lot of people think big business in America is a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing. Most people in business are ethical, hardworking, good people. And it's a meritocracy. My job is to make the whole executive team good enough to be successors, so that's what I try to do. If you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. Most people have no concept of how an automatic transmission works, yet they know how to drive a car. You don't have to study physics to understand the laws of motion to drive a car. You don't have to understand any of this stuff to use Macintosh. When you have feelings like sadness or anger about your cancer or your plight, to mask them is to lead an artificial life. Every once in a while a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. It's very fortunate if you can work on just one of these in your career. Apple's been very fortunate in that it's introduced a few of these. Don't be afraid, you can do it. The technology companies don't understand creative things at all. Silicon Valley's view of the creative process in Hollywood is a bunch of guys in their young 30s sitting on a couch, drinking beer, and thinking up jokes. The iPod is not a new category. Music is not new. It's not a speculative market. It's a very, very large market. It's been around for thousands of years and will be around as long as humans exist.